Have you come across the tale of Ronald Read, the custodian who had amassed a staggering $8 million in savings at the time of his passing in 2014? Remarkably, he was a janitor by profession. Yes, you heard correctly, a janitor with $8 million. What's even more astonishing is that he didn't achieve this wealth through a lottery win or inheritance, rather, it was the result of consistent saving and the power of compounding. The lesson here is that when it comes to financial success, your behavior with money often outweighs your intellectual prowess. Even if you lack a Harvard diploma or a Wall Street career, you can still attain wealth by adhering to sound financial principles. As Morgan Housel aptly puts it, financial success is not a rigid science, it's a soft skill, where your behavior matters more than your knowledge. Take the next 10 to 15 minutes to delve into this video, and you may just enhance your aptitude for the art of investing. This video offers a concise summary of the top 5 takeaways from The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. Here, the Swedish investor provides you with valuable insights and tools for achieving financial freedom through stock market investments. Embrace the cost. Suppose you desire a new, exquisite watch. You browse the offerings in the store, aiming to impress your friends and your significant other. Now, you face a choice: either purchase the watch or make a hasty getaway. No matter your physical abilities, you'd most likely opt for the first choice, doing the right thing. The key here is recognizing that obtaining a new watch comes at a price, a fee. This parallels the world of investing, where there is also a cost involved. Throughout this channel's videos, certain recurring themes for achieving high returns emerge, including maintaining a somewhat concentrated portfolio, with Peter Lynch being a notable exception. A concentrated portfolio, though, brings with it a distinct characteristic: the volatility. This volatility represents the cost of pursuing high returns in the stock market over the long haul. If you can't endure a 20% drop in your net worth during a single week, perhaps due to disappointing quarterly earnings from 2 major holdings, then maximizing returns might not be your best course of action. After all, the higher the returns, the steeper the associated cost tends to be. Let's say you possessed the foresight a decade ago to envision a bright future for Netflix and invested a significant portion of your net worth in the stock. You'd undoubtedly be quite wealthy today. However, could you have weathered the turbulent times during 2011 when Netflix lost a substantial number of customers, causing the stock price to plummet by 80% from its peak over the ensuing months? Your portfolio's performance would have appeared dismal. How would you have explained this to your family? Could you bear facing them, knowing you may have jeopardized their future? Would you still consider an almost exclusive focus on Netflix a wise strategy? While this example is extreme, even if your investment approach is less extreme than going all in on Netflix, you will still encounter the price of volatility. However, anything worthwhile necessitates traversing this path because the most rewarding endeavors often feel daunting in the moment. Improvement doesn't come without challenge. Keep that in mind. Of course, the comfort zone isn't a uniform entity, we have multiple comfort zones. You might be pushing your limits in some areas, stagnating in others, and even regressing in some. Identifying which zone requires more effort is a personal responsibility. It's perfectly acceptable to stop progressing in certain areas if you're content with your current status. There's no need to push yourself in every aspect of your life. Nevertheless, if you're dissatisfied with your current situation in a particular area, there are 3 methods to transition from comfort to growth. You likely already have a specific area in mind where you feel stuck and wish to improve. There are 3 approaches to consider: first, by engaging in the activity more consistently; second, by intensifying your efforts; and third, by extending the duration of your involvement. All 3 methods increase the difficulty of the task you aim to improve. While these approaches are largely self-explanatory, let's quickly explore them using running as an example. Initially, being more consistent entails increasing your running frequency, for instance, from 3 days a week to 4. This not only raises the challenge but also reinforces the behavior, making it more likely that you'll continue it in the future. Intensifying your efforts, the second approach, involves doing a more demanding version of the activity. This might mean attempting something new, like sprinting or running uphill, rather than running at 60% capacity, bumping it up to 90%. This introduces variety and makes the activity more enjoyable because it breaks the monotony. Lastly, extending the duration means spending more time on the activity when you engage in it. For instance, if you usually run for 20 minutes, try extending it to 30 minutes. Essentially, you challenge yourself by persisting slightly longer than your usual routine. These principles can be applied to nearly any endeavor. Learning a new language? Engage in daily practice, even multiple times if feasible. Extend your learning sessions by 15 minutes, and employ active recall and spaced repetition for better retention. Seeking to enhance your social skills? Consistently place yourself in social situations, challenge yourself to speak a bit more each time, and take the initiative to invite others out. While all three methods are effective for progressing from comfort to growth, their suitability depends on the area you're targeting. For example, when learning a musical instrument, daily practice for short durations may be more effective than infrequent, intense sessions. It's important not to employ all three methods simultaneously, as it can become overwhelming. Instead, choose one method and expand from there when you're ready. But we'll delve into this further later. To reiterate, most of life's gains are derived from short-term discomfort. However, it's crucial to note that just because something is difficult doesn't automatically make it worthwhile. While breaking a leg is uncomfortable, it doesn't offer any long-term benefits. The areas in which you should willingly embrace discomfort are those that yield long-term rewards. Studying may make you feel unintelligent in the moment, but it gradually increases your knowledge. Eating healthily and resisting sugary temptations may be challenging, but they contribute to your long-term physical well-being. Saving money instead of splurging on non-essential items may be tough, but if invested wisely, it can lead to financial growth. These are the domains where you should challenge yourself, those with short-term pain and long-term gain. This is the second reason why I endeavor to tackle something difficult each day. Although it may be uncomfortable in the moment, I recognize that my actions will pay off in the future. By stepping into the growth zone and pushing my boundaries, I can reap positive, long-term benefits. So, why do more people not leave their comfort zones when it's evidently advantageous to do so? The answer lies in the existence of a third zone. Pushing oneself too far out of the comfort zone can lead to entering the danger zone. This is the very reason why we feel discomfort in the first place. There is such a thing as pushing yourself too hard. 8.13 After all, excessive exercise can result in injury, and excessive work can lead to burnout. Discomfort serves as a useful alarm system, preventing us from harming ourselves, as such injuries could set us back even further. Therefore, it's logical why most people avoid straying too far from their comfort zones to prevent entering the danger zone. Unfortunately, many individuals, when striving to make positive changes, end up in the danger zone. A friend of mine serves as an example. A few years ago, he sought to improve his physical health. Motivated, he joined a gym, committed to lifting weights 5 times a week, and adopted a strict diet that restricted calorie intake and sugar consumption. However, within a month, he returned to his routine of lounging on the couch, watching Netflix, and indulging in cookies. Like many, he took on too much too quickly. This is a common occurrence when attempting to leave the comfort zone. What's worse, when individuals fail to meet their high expectations, they reinforce their belief that change and growth are impossible for them. Consequently, they stop trying to better themselves in the future, seeing themselves as failures who shouldn't bother trying again. To counter this, how can we make venturing beyond the comfort zone easier, entering the growth zone while avoiding the danger zone? Positive change necessitates moving beyond the comfort zone, but it doesn't mean everything must change at once. A more effective approach is to gradually progress in small, manageable steps. If someone has been sedentary and wishes to start exercising, it makes little sense to begin with intense 2-hour weightlifting sessions 5 times a week. Success is more likely if they start with a manageable activity, like a light gym session 3 times a week for 45 minutes. After establishing this routine, they can gradually push further. After all, if you can't commit to a small change, how can you expect to commit to a larger one? Something to ponder. Another advantage of gradual progress is the creation of a positive feedback loop. Achieving what you set out to do, even if it's a small step, provides evidence that you can improve and change. This proof of progress, no matter how modest, boosts your confidence in your abilities and encourages you to persist through more challenges. Success begins to feed on itself, propelling you further out of the comfort zone. Additionally, when you establish a positive feedback loop in one area, it tends to spill over into others. This forms the third reason why I strive to tackle something difficult each day. Every time I venture outside my comfort zone, even if only slightly, it kickstarts this positive feedback loop. Success begets more success, like a chain reaction. However, it's important to note that you shouldn't continually push beyond your comfort zone. When I say I engage in something difficult daily, it doesn't mean I attempt to expand every facet of my life on a daily basis. I might be pushing my limits in one or two areas, but during that time, I return to my comfort zone in other aspects. This approach allows me to maintain my current state while ensuring adequate rest and recovery. Without rest, burnout becomes a genuine risk. Over time, you should aim to grow, but it's equally important to allow your comfort zone time to catch up to new demands. The graph provides a rough depiction of how I envision this process. First, you expand your comfort zone by embracing a challenging task. However, you don't keep expanding indefinitely. When it feels overwhelming, you reduce the difficulty level slightly, retracting just above your prior comfort zone. This allows you to acclimate to the new layer, preventing burnout while giving your comfort zone time to adapt to your evolving demands. Only when you've adjusted to the new demands and feel prepared to advance, do you push past your most recent comfort zone. As before, once it becomes too challenging, you retract slightly above the previous point. In essence, you consistently challenge yourself while returning to a comfortable state when necessary. This video's purpose isn't to advocate for overexertion until you can't go any further. Instead, it aims to encourage you to seek worthwhile challenges that can enhance your capabilities in areas you care about. Regrettably, many people give up at the first sign of failure or discomfort and never realize their true potential. If you never push your boundaries, how can you ascertain where they lie? Only those who consistently venture beyond their comfort zones and embrace the struggle can reach their full potential. Thus, I urge you to engage in something slightly more challenging today. Read a few extra pages, do a few additional reps at the gym, or learn some new words. Taking on a difficult task today will undoubtedly make you better than you were yesterday. If you enjoyed this video and wish to see more content like it, please hit the like button. Your support is greatly appreciated and aids in the channel's growth. Thank you for watching until the end. More videos are in the pipeline, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one as well.